I keep giving bad people good ideas.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're doing a little commentary video and pretty much want to talk about AI and the future of like tech jobs and shit. And I've kind of gone over like AI and kind of like the future of tech jobs and shit like that on my channel, but not like too much in depth and not necessarily like exactly focused on tech jobs, but more just kind of on like limitations on like shit like chat GPT. Because again, a few months ago or like even like a year ago or whatever, but I would at least say maybe a few months ago, there were a lot of people kind of seeing a lot of weird shit going on with chat GPT, or you like hear these crazy stories where like chat GPT like somehow convinced someone to kill their family or kill themselves and all this like crazy shit. So again, my fucking points kind of stay on yeah, there definitely should be limitations on shit like AI. And I definitely think moving forward there's a lot of interesting shit, and I feel like at the end of the day, like with AI, it's kind of something I feel like we're gonna have to live with no matter what. It's kind of like the whole thing with smartphones. Like a lot of people really like the like original basic call and text phone because it was just simple and there wasn't all this shit in your face. It wasn't, oh, you constantly gotta upgrade your phone or any of this shit. But again, if you don't have a smartphone nowadays, you're kind of fucked. Like, not gonna lie. Like, again, as long as you have a computer, you're kind of like solid. But again, the conveniency of having a smartphone is, you know, very, very handy. And I feel like with AI, it's just more getting to that point of making it more handy than really being more of a threat. Because right now, again, with AI, you could kind of tell like fake videos from real videos, but it's almost kind of getting to a scary point where you could only tell to so much of a degree. And I feel like that kind of shit, it's kind of hard to put limitations on that or what you can and can't do. But I definitely do believe, hopefully, we kind of find ways around that. I find ways around that to kind of make it more secure for other people, because I feel like a lot of people are just kind of worried about the whole idea of, okay, AI gets a hold of my face, or somebody gets a hold of my face, or video me edits the video, modifies the video to where I'm doing something illegal, saying something illegal, whatever, framing me. And that's a lot of people's issues with shit like this. And again, I'm not saying that isn't an issue or that can't be an issue. I definitely could see a lot of people try and abuse that, but it's kind of just trying to find ways to kind of, you know, limit that, I guess. And one cool thing, I guess, with Hollywood, even though Hollywood's kind of Hollywood, there's not too many cool things coming out of those normally. But again, like cool things with AI in Hollywood is like you have these actors, and honestly, it's good for voice acting, I would say, at least. But like the voice actor for Darth Vader, I'm pretty sure he sold his voice or sold it. It's like weird. He technically sold the rights of his voice to Disney, or at least the Vader voice, because pretty much now with AI, as long as they have his voice and him saying like, you know, enough words, especially with all the recordings they have from like the movies and shit, they take his voice and shit and throw in AI. They could kind of have endless Darth Vader, like they could kind of throw the voice over anything. And that's kind of cool shit, because again, that's like an iconic cast voice. The voice actor is okay, and probably, hopefully, is getting paid a fuckload of money from Disney for doing this. But he okayed it, and I feel like if it's something like somebody okays, it'd be really cool. And again, it kind of, you know, it kind of sucks when you have these actors or voice actors that pass away, and again, you get your kind of 15 minutes of fame in life, you know, and shit. But again, there's some people that are really iconic voice actors or whatever, and it kind of sucks seeing them get replaced, or sometimes they do get replaced and it's just not the same. But pretty much, I definitely feel like if all parties agree with it, it's could be a really good thing, like we kind of see with the whole Star Wars Darth Vader voice actor right now. Hopefully he got paid out really well, and hopefully we see some good projects coming out of this, and they don't just do like a whole bunch of stupid shit with it. But I don't know, we'll see. It's Disney. But again, there was also this really weird thing also kind of going around. Well, again, they'll try and make it, well, the person has to agree to it before they pass away, but pretty much make it, well, AI can make, like, they will host ghost accounts. So they say, like, we kind of see it with famous people, but, like, these people, like, kind of being hosted by, like, actual humans is just kind of, like, a fan account. But necessarily this, like, it'd be like a fan account, but it would be posing as your loved one, which is weird, and pretty much it's like almost identical to if they were alive. There's no like clear indication that, oh, this is AI, or that really I know of, because it's still all like he say, she say, and like probably prototype type of stuff right now. But pretty much they want to make it with like, technically, like, for example, it's like an Instagram account. Say Billy Joe was like your best friend in high school, and he fucking dies. And he okays this AI thing. And pretty much when he dies, this AI will take over his like Instagram and have it comment on like stuff you comment on, or stuff you repost, or like your shit, or stuff like that, which is really weird because, again, I feel like it's cool and nice to keep those accounts alive when somebody does die. Like, you know, if like you have a best friend or loved one that passes away, you don't want to just delete their Facebooks, you don't want to just delete their Instagrams. I get it when people private that kind of stuff, or sometimes they get what they want off of those profiles and then they kind of close those accounts. I understand that, but at the end of the day, at least for me, it's nice to kind of leave those accounts open so you can go back and, you know, they'll start on your friends list. You could go check out pictures. You could kind of reminisce, you know, them. But I think having an AI take over the account and act like they're living, it's a bit weird. It's just that extra step that I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And at the end of the day, I feel like really AI is this kind of just this weird thing where right now it's this gray area where people are like, oh, it's going to take over everything. We're not going to have shit. But then at the same time, with a lot of AI models, like in tech jobs we see, they can they could make like a web page, for example, but they can't make a detailed web page. Sometimes these web pages have errors. These web pages usually need to have a human go in, edit them, or add to them to make them like actual working web pages. Sometimes depending on how advanced the model is and stuff like that, it can maybe do the whole creation of a website, but most of the time it just kind of does the skeleton work of it. If that makes sense, it kind of like, think of a website as like a whole human body. You have the bones, organs, flesh, muscle, yada yada. As it can't make the brain, liver, organs, and the like vital functional parts, it could kind of make the like skeleton. It can make the bones. Well, it could kind of make where you're gonna put the heart and stuff like that. So it could kind of do the frame of everything. As in a lot of AI models I've seen, at least. And I feel like, at least for me, I'm like doing a computer science class right now, learning like HTML and JavaScript and shit. And a lot of the time whenever I do end up kind of using AI as you shouldn't use AI in school and shit, I'm not really like using it on tests and shit, or like, cheating. But again, I'll do like projects at home if that's homework and shit, and I'm gonna have to look up stuff to kind of figure it out. And even Google will automatically show you like an AI prompt. And what's kind of interesting with AI, and I think pretty much with AI, it's more gonna, if they structure this correctly, as I hope they would, as make it a tool to help us, not a tool to take over and completely like have it run everything. But if it's a tool to kind of help us, as I'm kind of seeing right now, like say, I'm like, oh, how do I fucking make a fucking calculator for a HTML web page? It'll kind of show you how to do it step by step. As like maybe if you have a teacher showing you how to do it. As you can see why a lot of teachers don't like AI, as it could teach you step by step steps and shit. And I'm not saying that's like the complete thing, like, oh, why teachers completely hate it, or like, oh, it's gonna completely replace teachers. But it's kind of a bit of a cheating path to, and then not just like back in the day, well, oh, at least I got the answer, and you don't know how you got the answer. Now you know how you got the answer. So it's like almost kind of like, oh, it just here's everything just fleshed out to you. And also, depending on the codes and shit you're doing and coding, you could just copy and paste that whole bitch and you'll do your little edits that you gotta do. Like I said it kind of does all the skeleton work. You do the little edits you gotta do and bing, bang, boom, you're good. So, I feel like at the end of the day, hopefully with how AI gets structured, and hopefully humans use their brains and people are in control of this right now, use it in a way where it ends up hopefully being a beneficial tool. Again, a lot of people are crazy and like, it's going to be the end of the world. Oh, it's going to lead to the end of, it's going to lead to the demise of us. And you have a lot of people in the tech industry saying that too. And I do agree to that to a certain extent. But again, you could say that about the fucking sun. You could say that about the fucking water. You could say that about fucking humans causing World War III. So there's a lot of things that can lead to a demise. But I do feel like at the end of the day, hopefully if we're not fucking dumbasses and we don't create fucking Terminator, we hopefully can create something that ends up being a cool fucking tool to help us. So in the future, it's not like, oh, we just have AI. Like, it'd be cool to have AI create websites for you. Maybe basic ass websites. But say, more in the sense have it, well, it's more like that extra tool you need. Well, okay, I need to create a website. Okay, got me the skeleton of the website I need. Okay, cool. Now I can just add what I need. Okay, I got a website. You know, kind of, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. And I don't know, it might get hella advanced or just adds in everything you need. And that might be cool. But again, at the end of the day, I do kind of feel like, at least for a long time, or for a good minute, it's going to be at this point where it's going to kind of do only the skeleton shit. We're going to, like, you know, the skeleton work of stuff. And then we're going to have to add the organs, the flesh, and the muscles, and all the fun stuff to it, and kind of make it the full-fledged code or website or whatever the fuck you're trying to create. And then also, if you know with AI too, it doesn't learn on its own. It learns from us. So it learns, it's like a little kid. It's influenced by things we put into it, things that are already out there, and things that it's experiencing in a way, if that makes sense. Even though it's just like a robot and it's not like a living thing. But like, you kind of get what I'm saying though. Like, any information that comes this way, it pretty much takes it in. And pretty much with that, it just, only time can tell, I guess. But again, at the end of the day, I don't think it's completely end of the world. I do just think like a lot of basic like tech jobs, like if you're gonna get a tech job just to create websites and shit, like yeah, AI is gonna take that shit over. But if you're gonna get a tech job to create like advanced websites and advanced programs and shit like that, like AI is just really gonna only really just help you than really take your job. It just might just make your job like slightly easier, or yeah, I don't know. I could be completely fucking wrong, but that's how I think of all this. Comment down below what you guys think, and again, thank you guys for all the support on the channel recently, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.